Andrew Tate unbanned, Ethan Klein still banned. Over at Twitter, the tides are changing, and I can definitely see it. Cancel culture, at least for me, seems like it's gonna lose its grip over at Twitter, since over at Twitter that was kind of like their HUD to like gather up and cancel people. So that's going to be pretty interesting moving forward to see what's going to happen with cancel culture. And as you guys know, a lot of controversial figures have been unbanned. Controversial figures such as Jordan Peterson, Representative Majority Taylor Greene, Project Veritas, Sargon of Akkad, Andrew Tate, Count Dankula, Kanye West, as he likes to be called now, yay, Babylon B, Donald Trump, Juanita Broderick, Luciano Hang, Alex, Turning Point USA ambassador. Unfortunately, though, we cannot say Alex Jones because he was not brought back, unfortunately for Alex. But there's always next time. I mean, that's all I can say. Anyways, guys, I want to talk about something that's pretty interesting that I noticed, okay? So I'm sure that you guys already know that Ethan Klein did that whole impersonating game with other verified accounts. However, only one of those accounts ended up returning back to Twitter, which was Kathy Griffin. Ethan Klein, Jeff Keys, Chris Clue, Rich Summer, Amy Rose Brown, a lot of those people didn't get their accounts back, but only Kathy Griffin. I'm sure there was probably some person that got their account back, but they're relatively unknown. But Kathy Griffin, as far as I'm concerned, is the only person who participated in the impersonation of Elon Musk and was the only one who got her account back. I don't know what's going on there, so you guys decide on what's going on there. You guys are the political heads. If you guys are political, that's something for you guys to speculate on. If you ask me, I feel like perhaps Ethan leans a little towards the left, and so maybe Elon Musk leans on the right. Maybe he has some sort of bias. He probably doesn't want to bring him back, which is going to be pretty interesting because I know that Destiny is also on the left. And he also talked about the situation.
When is Elon releasing the omni-liberal from jail? True. Okay, well, here's the issue, okay? These are my thoughts on the Twitter stuff, okay? So one, I think I am getting unbanned. I must be, because all of these, I'm not trying to talk shit on anybody, okay? I love creators of all sizes, but there are creators that I think are a lot smaller than me that are like getting unbanned now, that are smaller than me, and probably a lot more controversial than me, I think. So like if people like this are getting unbanned, I'm pretty sure that, we're coming up. Count Dankula got unbanned. Yeah. So if people like this are getting unbanned, I actually, for the first time in my life, I cucked out. I actually cucked out, and I emailed Lex. And I was like, Lex, if you happen to talk to our mutual friend Elon, can you go ahead and give him a shout out? He was like, yeah, of course, brother.
But if they don't bring Destiny back, then I guess that kind of solidifies the case that perhaps Elon doesn't want to bring back people who are on the left, or maybe he's just biased towards people on the left. It's going to be pretty interesting to see moving forward what's going to happen. So I can't wait for that. However, I do want to talk about something that Ethan talked about or said. Now, as you guys know, Ethan was all for banning people, okay? He wanted to ban Andrew Tate, and as a matter of fact, he was absolutely elated and joyous when Andrew Tate was banned. However, there is another clip out there, well, a recent clip where Ethan's talking about how Elon has the power to keep people on Twitter or to kick them out. And it seems like he was quite uncomfortable with that idea.
What's so crazy about this is that he is the sole decider of who stays on and who stays off. Don't you see how fucking insane that is? Like, there's no policy here. It's just Elon says, I don't like Alex Jones, so he stays off. Right? Like,
yeah, I mean, essentially.
Like it's such a blaring hypocrisy that it's actually quite incredible that he even wrote that down. And I get it. I agree with him, right? But everyone says I'm a fucking psycho cancel culture freak, but he's the free speech warrior. So which is it?
And the reason why I bring this up is because I asked myself, like, Ethan, like, this is kind of what you wanted, no? Like, you wanted people to get banned, and now that the tides have turned, I mean, now you're in a position, in a very precarious situation where you could perhaps never come back to Twitter. And I'm sure that that probably doesn't feel good to you. Maybe you don't care too much about Twitter since it wasn't really making you money, but still, dude, like, you were banned off Twitter. Imagine if that was YouTube. How would you make your money? Now, of course, you guys have your own brand, Teddy Fresh, so you guys still make money off of the clothing brand. But imagine just completely having your entire YouTube channel shut off because somebody ended up taking over YouTube, who was probably on the right side of the spectrum, of the political spectrum, and then just thought that your ideas were absurd and they banned you. That would be pretty crazy, right? It seems like that's what's going on over at Twitter now that Elon has the power over at Twitter. That's why I say it's pretty interesting moving forward, because I want to see what's going to happen. I'm not part of the political game and I never want to be a part of it, but I think that it's pretty interesting to see what's going to happen moving forward. Now, I do want to bring up one more thing before I end the video. I want to talk about Donald Trump. Okay, now, of course, you guys already know that they unbanned Donald Trump, but I haven't heard, or nobody's heard about what Trump is going to do about Twitter. A lot of people are saying that Elon needs Trump, so then Trump can just bring in more users so they can be active. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. A lot of people are saying that that might not be the case because, of course, as you guys know, Trump owns his own social media, Truth Social, and that's his own social media. I think it's going to be pretty interesting moving forward to see what Twitter and Donald Trump are going to do, because one of the ideas that is coming up to mind is that perhaps maybe Elon and Donald Trump can collaborate, so then they can bounce users back and forward, which would probably have like the same Jake Paul, Logan Paul effect, where like both of them were just kind of ping-ponging their own followers so they can grow a lot faster. I feel like they could perhaps use a strategy similar to that and grow their own social medias in that fashion, which that would probably be pretty influential and pretty massive. So I feel like that can perhaps give other social medias a run for their money and perhaps bring a lot of competition. I think that that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And a lot of people on the political side, the political heads, are probably going to see that as like something that could doom us all, or I don't know what people think, because I know a lot of people on the political spectrum are just very invested in all of this, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen. But nonetheless, I think that if they collaborate, it will definitely be massively influential towards a lot of people, and depending on what side of the political spectrum you are, it could either be a good thing or a bad thing. It's going to be pretty interesting. But nonetheless, I'll leave you guys with that. What do you guys think? I mean, let me know down in the comment section below. I think it would be a pretty interesting discussion.